kono jonu kasila jidala junna kono kanye kono jonu kasila.
The agro-based resources in Kenya are some of the key drivers of socioeconomic growth and development. Kenya's superb and varied weather, the rainfall and the productive soils are key contributors to socioeconomic development. Agriculture plays a vital role in Kenya's economy. In 2019 alone, crop and livestock production accounted for about 31.8% of the gross domestic product, 60% of the total exports, and 12% of formal employment, as well as 70% of the informal employment in rural areas. There are two major crop production systems in the country, namely the rain-fed and the irrigated systems. The rain-fed crop production takes over 96% of all the cultivatable areas and is predominantly small-scale, carried out on lands ranging between 0.2 to 3 hectares, with cropping seasons, with 2 cropping seasons in most places. The small-scale farms contribute about 73% of the total agricultural output and marketed produce. However, the agricultural output varies across the country owing to the diverse soil and climatic conditions. The diversity of agroclimatic resources also explains the rich reservoir of domesticated food, industrial and horticultural crops in the country. The major crops grown in Kenya are maize, rice, beans, wheat, millet, sorghum, potato, cassava, arrowroots, the green grams, coffee, tea, sugarcane, cotton, sunflower, pyrethrum, tobacco, barley, cutflowers, vegetables, and fruits. Like crops, livestock production depends on rainfall and plays an important economic and socio-cultural role. The subsector supplies the domestic requirements of milk, meat, eggs, honey, manure, hides, and skins, while accounting for 30% of the total marketed agricultural products. It also provides other tangible and intangible benefits such as rural employment, drought power, insurance against drought, prestige, and as a measure of wealth, performance of traditional ceremonies, and a medium for paying the bridal price. The key livestock enterprises comprise of beef and dairy cattle, sheep, goats, camels, pigs, bees, poultry, and emerging livestock including rabbits, quails, crocodiles, ostriches, and the guinea fowls. These livestock enterprises are produced under either intensive, semi-intensive, or intensive production systems. Generally, about 60% of the livestock production is found in the arid and semi-arid lands, where nomadic pastoralism, ranching, and agro-pastoralism are practiced. Kenya has approximately 15.8 million cattle, 28 million goats, 19.3 million sheep, 4.6 million camels, 38.8 million chicken, 1.2 million donkeys, and 0.4 million pigs. Overall, the livestock population has been on an upward trend from 1990 to 2020, owing to the increasing demand for livestock products following the rapid rise in population, urbanization, and the need for increased income. The fluctuations evident in the livestock numbers have been largely attributable to severe drought events. In 2018, the gross value of all livestock was estimated at about 815 billion Kenyan shillings, while the livestock products were valued at 1 billion 891 million. The increasing threats of land degradation calls for sustainable management of land resources for advancing agricultural development, food security, nutrition, and incomes. Finally, Kenya's energy and extractive resources, consisting of wind, hydro, geothermal, solar, as well as nuclear, the minerals and crude oil are also important natural resources that spur socioeconomic development. Their contribution to socio-economic development is therefore critical. For instance, the petroleum industry is relatively nascent in Kenya, yet it contributes about 57% of the global primary energy mix and 68% of Kenya's primary energy consumption. As of 2018, petroleum accounted for about 22% of the total primary energy consumed in Kenya. Preliminary wind resource assessments in areas including Marsabit, Turkana, and the coastal region shows that these areas can support commercial electricity generation as they enjoy relatively high wind speeds ranging from 8 to 14 meters per second. Kenya is also endowed with vast minerals distributed in various parts of the country, with some deposits attracting commercial extraction, while others are too low for any commercial extraction process. Mining has the potential to generate revenue, create employment, sustain, and foster the sustainability of livelihood. All minerals are the property of the people of Kenya and are vested in the national government in trust for them. Therefore, minerals can be in private, community, or public land, but are collectively owned by the people of Kenya. The mining sector plays a crucial role in the economic growth and transformation of the country. The sector contributes over 1% of the gross domestic product, but this is expected to increase to about 10% by the year 2030. The county governments have a major role in this area. Part 2 of the fourth schedule of the Constitution provides that they shall be responsible for county planning and development, including electricity and gas reticulation and energy regulation. There are challenges that stifle the sector, including lack of clear and agreeable formula for benefit sharing between the national, county government, and local community, land access issues for development of renewable energy, and waylays for transmission lines, the high upfront investment costs in exploration and development of energy resources, as well as the relatively long lead time of between 5 to 7 years from conception to production of electricity. Indeed, Kenya is endowed with a myriad of natural assets, some only found within the country. It is important that the survival and existence of these assets be buttressed with good governance and sustainable utilization for both present and the future generations. This can only be achieved through dialogues and constructive engagements with a myriad of stakeholders in order to find longer-lasting solutions to the present challenges. The discussions, therefore, are intended to generate sound policies and guide practical local-level initiatives on land and use of natural resources.